Hey guys, this is Tauna, and today we're going to be talking about the secret lairs that you may have missed. So these are a series of special exclusive art variants that, not a lot of people would see because they aren't like everywhere. They're exclusive to 2 different regions, which is really important because that means that one, they're a little bit on the pricier side for some of them, and others are really affordable because they're, handed out like candy. And 2, they're just really beautiful. So many of them are like up to the standard of a secret lair. They are special arts done by certain artists that just really capture, 1, what they are aiming towards, and 2, the kind of magic flavor as well. So there's 2 different style ones that we're going to be talking about here, and some of them are pretty affordable too, so definitely kind of worth picking up if you are looking for, kitting out your deck in some nice art, or if you just like the art of these a little bit more. So before we get into it though, make sure you go subscribe, and Happy New Year. We're trying to aim towards 25,000 subscribers by the end of 2025. Let's see how we can go for that. And if you are going to pick up any of these, make sure you go down, click the link down below, support the channel, and pick them up from TCG Player, where they're going to be the cheapest you can find. So let's start off with these Planeswalker event promos. So this is a Japanese exclusive variants. There is a lot of them that are released to encourage basically people to play standard. Similar to how there's the standard showdown, these are to encourage people to go do that. And they started out as this kind of, people would get them, and the top 50 would get some, then the top 8 would get one that has a special badge on it, and then the winner would get one with another different badge on it. And nowadays they are using them instead to just encourage people, and everyone who shows up gets one, and then someone else gets one based off of the most hilarious way. I'll talk about that in a minute. And they're, absolutely amazing. And they are, all in Japanese, unfortunately, but they do have that like classic kind of anime art that a lot of people have been looking for and really enjoy. They were previously called the Planeswalker Party, or the event was called Planeswalker Party, and now it's called Planeswalker Friendly Match. So let's go through them. There's basically 3 different versions of them. The version 1 was in 2019 and 2020. These are just the original art of the card, and they just have a badge that either you're top 8 or the winner. That's it. It's either got a top 8 or the number 1 because you won. Pretty boring. Plain old art, except, you're going to be having it in Japanese. And then we've got, Narset, Nissa, and Liliana there as well. Then we've got Mystical Dispute, Fae of Wishes, and Elspeth's son, Nemesis. Then in 2019, they switched it over. Sorry, it was it 2019? No, it was 2021. 2021, they switched it over so that it had new art instead. It still has this badge if you're the winner or top 8. So you can see here this veto is if you were a top 8, but it has all new art. And the great thing about the new art is that they tend to do, the Japanese artists and use Japanese artists, similar how, we've got these Japanese art promos that are in like foundations and stuff along those lines. It's very similar to that. And they've got like, the really nice kind of anime-esque kind of art in a lot of them. So, we've got the Basri Cat, we've got Season Hello Blade, and then we've got Vito here. Then we've got Saw It Coming as Kaya the Inhonorable, Faceless Haven there, Grandmaster of Flowers, Adult Gold Dragon, and then Cridle of Baldur's Gate. And then we've also got the Wandering Emperor. This Wandering Emperor, we'll talk about how much they cost in a bit, but this Wandering Emperor is insane. We've also got a Farewell here, and then the Banishing Slash. Keep in mind that this one here was the person who came first at the event was the only one who got this. So therefore, these ones here that have the 1 on them are obviously a lot rarer. And they've got amazing art still, like, it's still amazing art. So yeah, it's you can imagine the price of it. All right, now getting into 2023 onwards. So from there onwards, they basically did 2 promos. There was one that did 3 promos. I'm not entirely sure where the 3rd promo comes from, but there was 2 promos. One for participation. So this one is one that, whoops, I've gone the wrong way. This one here, so the Giada here, is one that everyone who got and showed up got this one. So that one there tends to be on the, more affordable side, which is really nice. And then on the left-hand side, there is one of these that is for the winner of a rock, paper, scissors tournament. Essentially, at the end of everyone doing their matches, they do a rock, paper, scissors tournament. Whoever wins that gets this other special promo. So tends to be whichever one is on the left was the winner of the rock, paper, scissors promo. So that's the more expensive one. Whichever one is on the right is going to be the cheaper one because that was just for participation. So this one here, I'm not entirely sure where where it comes from. I'm pretty sure the Phyrexian Rager is the one that everyone got, and I think this one here might have been like 2 winners for the rock paper scissors tournament. I'm not entirely sure because these two here are insanely expensive, but as you can imagine, they're insanely expensive because they're so beautiful. Like that braids is absolutely amazing. I love it so much. The Liliana of the Veil is just really nice too. We've also got the Realm Scorched Hellkite here, and then Ruby Daring Tracker. So this Ruby is amazing art and tends to be not too expensive. We've got the Glimpse the Core, and then Saheeli the Sun's Brilliance there. These are the most recent ones. With at the start of the year, there was the Kaya Spirit's Justice, obviously to kind of celebrate MKM, and then a Lightning Helix. And then these ones here just announced with the Aven Interrupter and Jace Reawakened, obviously to celebrate OTJ, or at least they're pulled from OTJ. I don't know why we're looking at like OTJ stuff when it's the end of the year, almost the next year. Well, it is the next year now for me. So yeah, I don't know. I actually really love the art, especially this Aven Interrupter. It's amazing. Like Aven Interrupter alone is a really, really great card. So having this art would be absolutely bonkers. Now, obviously, you've got the issue where it is in Japanese. So you just have to remember what the card does and what the card actually is before you play it and be able to explain it to people. But they are, legal cards. You can play them in your commander decks and everything. No one's going to question it as long as you can explain it and say what the card actually is. So looking at the actual prices of them, as I said, the ones that were on the right-hand side there for the most recent ones, like the Giada and the Ruby, aren't too expensive. They are on the pricier side, but realistically, this is cheaper than like a lot of the kind of Secret Lair stuff. Like they released a Secret Lair very recently, and it was just kind of like, a set of Secret Lairs, and, this art people will tend to kind of go towards. The other ones that are on the left hand side there, the ones for the winners of the rock paper scissors tournament, tend to be a bit more expensive, like this Elspeth, and it also tends to be whichever card it is, depends on how much it costs, because the hot girls people will pay more for. Like it's just a waifu tax. It's going to exist in everything. Like, have you seen the price of some of the Pokemon cards that have the chicks on them? It's pretty crazy. But yeah, these are just really, really lovely arts, as long as you can understand what they're saying or explain them. Then you get to some of the other ones that are just, wow. Like this Braids is $195 US. It's absolutely amazing. I don't think it's quite worth that much for myself, but it's also the fact that if you wanted to, you could proxy them. No one's going to question if you proxy them. It's just another cool art that you can use for them. And then we've got the Wandering Emperor up here, which was, as I said, the one for someone who comes first at the tournament gets this. It's got amazing art and it's really, really exclusive, hence why it's so bloody expensive. On to the next set of stuff. So, we've got those Planeswalker Party ones. Those are all Japanese. This one here is APAC region. So this is promos exclusive to the Asia Pacific region and league each year. AKA Australia gets them. We get them here at my local game store, which is amazing. Each set so far, each year, is a different Chinese zodiac for that year. So, last year, 2024, was the year of the dragon. Hence, there was a whole bunch of dragon themed cards. Before that, we've had Year of the Tiger, Year of the Ox, Year of the Rabbit. Unlike the Japanese Planeswalker ones, though, these are available in English, Japanese, and Chinese simplified. So, getting into them, we had the Year of the Ox here. Keep in mind that these two here are promos and stuff, but they are not different art. This is just the normal art for them. However, we've got new art for Angrath, Tarngrath, and Sethron. I probably butchered those two names. And then there was a special Minotaur art as well there for it. In 2022, we had the Year of the Tiger. This Yuriko is very similar to the base Yuriko, but you also have that actual like tiger's shadow, like more prominent there. There's the Herald's Horn as well, which is really great. Tima Sabertooth. You got Snapdrax there as well. And then a full art of Jedit Odger Nen. We've got the Year of the Rabbit 2023 with the Rabbit Battery food. So there's a food token there. We've got Quain, Iterate, Medulla, Swiftfoot Boots, Ethereal Armor, and Arcbound Ravager there. I love the Swiftfoot Boots. Is just like the rabbit's feet. Like, it's just the rabbit's feet. It's so freaking good. The Ethereal Armor as well is really weird because it doesn't actually show armor, really. Anyway, And then we got 2024, the year of the dragon. So this was the last year. And, you know, these are really, really exclusive, some of them. I think that they were for actually winning, or at least, you know, topping high into the event. I think the Dragon Lord Servant was a participation one, but the other ones, like, you know, each kind of league, I think it was, like each section of the league, you could win one. And, you know, they were just more exclusive. Looking at the actual prices of them then, like, you know, the Dragon Lord Serpent's only 48 cents, which is not too bad. And then, you know, you've got up to the $50.71 from this Dragon Tempest that up here. They're absolutely beautiful though. Amazing, amazing arts. Like, if you've got Corvold, I love this Corvold. Yeah, this Corvold I think is right up there as one of my favorite arts of all time. And the Sakan as well. I absolutely love as well that they actually include the more Chinese like style dragons in it as well, because typically, you know, we've got a lot more kind of westerny dragons in a lot of media. So seeing like the more kind of, you know, the serpenty China dragons is just really cool, and I absolutely love it. So I'd love to hear from you guys as to what you think. Are you going to pick any of these up? Have you seen them before? Am I just, you know, sharing stuff that you already know? Let me know if you know, any of that stuff. And, you know, make sure you use the TCG player link, and make sure you subscribe as well. That's it for today. Have a great day and goodbye.